And welcome once again. I am speaking to Roy Rickstrew, your disability rep. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Tom.
Okay. Why do I need a rep? I mean, and you're just going to go and tell your story, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true to a large part. And people get approved every day. We can't lose sight of the fact of that. Without a representative, I mean, the process is meant for people to get through it.
Sure.
Unfortunately, people also do their taxes on their own. Sometimes that bites them in the tail.
That's true.
Some people work on their own cars. Some people can pull it off. Some people can't.
Uh-huh.
It's the same kind of thing here. But there's a few things that Social Security really looks at when you come in and you're unrepresented, especially if you're a judge. One of the first things is, I'm going to look at the client and say, gosh, did nobody want him, right? Did he shop representatives and those representatives didn't want to take that case on for some reason? What red flags are out there that scared away the help? Judges are going to be concerned about that.
Okay, that seems like a likely thing to happen.
It is, and then, it's also character issues, right? I mean, maybe you talked and shopped with the representative, there was some sort of a drug use issue, or there was something in that file that scared people away for some reason. And some representatives shy away from people that have prison history or jail history. I think you can work around that a lot of times, but there are a lot of representatives who shy away from those things. Or maybe you're hard to keep track of. Right? Clients that move a lot frequently, phone numbers are disconnected. It's hard to get what you need out of the client if you can't find them.
True.
And sometimes a judge might look at that and say, gosh, maybe the guy's got character issues. Maybe nobody wanted his case. Maybe we can't keep track of him.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't play along with what the doctors want him to do. Maybe there's a history of non-cooperation with the doctors. You're not taking your medicine.
A lot of maybes involved there.
Right. But, a lot of times with Social Security and the decision making, there's a lot of areas that they kind of have to read between the lines, kind of inferences they have to make, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Judges look at these things, Social Security looks at these things, and sometimes they think, I wonder what's going on with this case.
All right, what about some of the, I'm ignoring your advice, and I'm going to do it myself. Yeah. What are some of those pitfalls?
Well, because we're coming up on spring, we have to remember that, the weeds are going to grow like crazy.
Yeah.
So do people's medical records, right? Records build up fast. A lot of times clients don't read through them. They don't understand a lot of the stuff that's in the records. And so when you come into a hearing and you don't have a representative, you're going to be unfamiliar with the rules. A lot of times those hearings are more emotional. I have worked my whole life. I deserve this benefit. People are frustrated and that frustration bleeds out. It's not really an argument. It's more of an emotional plea.
Yeah.
And the system is full of regulations that keep judges especially from really having heartstrings to tug at.
Yeah.
It all has to be very objective. It's all rule-centered. And so it's a real uphill battle for a lot of clients.
So no matter which way you're going, judge is going to follow the rules and can only do so much at a time.
That's right. And if you spend your 45-minute hearing making an emotional plea, you really didn't help advance your case at all.
What about being prepared?
Well, and that's a big thing, right? The process includes things like a vocational expert, for example. They come in and testify about what jobs are available, what bosses will put up with. Clients don't understand that process. It references reference books that people don't have easy access to. I carry around this big fat white book from 1973. Actually, mine's from 1991, but it's an ancient book. I don't think it's in publication anymore, and it's the backbone of a lot of that vocational testimony. So clients really don't have much of a chance to understand that process. And so again, it's going to be more of a, well, I can't go be a cashier, as opposed to telling the judge in your records why you can't go be a cashier.
This seems like a perfect example of you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
You can't be prepared for that.
No, you're exactly right. If you don't know which questions you need to ask, then you can't answer those questions.
And that is, the thing that a representative is steeped in, being able to do that.
Sure. And if you come in and you're unrepresented, the judge also knows there's going to be less scrutiny of the decision. Unrepresented people are less likely to catch errors in the process or in the vocational expert's testimony. It's ill-advised. It really is. Now, understand, I do this for a living. I think we do it well here.
Yeah.
I like to recruit cases. I'm going to tell you that you should hire a representative regardless. But I've seen people come in and out of these hearings when they were on their own, unrepresented. I see how frazzled they are. I see how Social Security hands them a disc with thousands of pages of records on it, 15 minutes before the hearing. It just doesn't feel like you have a fair shake. And so,
Probably not the time to try and be Perry Mason all of a sudden.
it's just an uphill battle. It really is. Sometimes it takes, hours to get through a medical file or days to get through a medical file. You're not going to do it in 15 minutes.
Right. If people want more information, would like to be able to speak with you, how do they do this?
Click on the barcode. That goes straight to my scheduling app. You can set a time that works for you. Pops up on my calendar. We'll meet then. We can do it by phone or in person. Or you can give us a call at the 417-812-66, yourdisabilityrep.com. Just give me a ring. We'll figure it out.
And there he is, your disability rep, Roy Rickstrew. Always good to talk to you.
Good to see you, Tom.